Good afternoon, this is David Wendell with Bushcraft on Fire, and we're pleased to be with you for another episode of Almost Naked into the Bush. We've had some requests on how to make bone tools, and so we wanted to show you that today. We had a pelvic girdle from a cow that we took and just smashed with some rocks and got some pieces out. And once we got those pieces out, we snapped off some pieces, and I snapped off a piece that looked about like that when I snapped it off. And so what I did was I began to abrade it on a rock, put a little tiny handle on here, and you might be able to tell that that's going to turn out to be a knife when we're done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to abrade all this marrow off the back, and I'm going to abrade the basic shape of the knife. And once we get back with the basic shape, we'll come back with you and we'll show you what we're looking at. Alright, so you can see we've got almost all that marrow off. Now we're going to go ahead and keep shaping this top end. Just get it. Abrasion is a great process with bone. So we just want to get this to where it's relatively flat. You know, we don't even really have to worry about the top end, except we want it to look nice too. So we'll go ahead and abrade that, and you can see that's getting pretty sharp. I mean pretty flat. So we'll keep working that. Work on another piece of stone here. Alright, you can see I've got the basic shape of the knife here. I'll show you that in just a second. I'm just finishing off some sand and got the basic shape of the knife. And this will be a 2-finger knife. I can put my 2 fingers right here, and it'll be a little skinner or something. Put my thumb across the back. So what's left now is to take and to sharpen this edge up. You can see the edge is pretty dull right now. And I'm going to just start grinding it smoothly at about a 25-degree angle. This stuff is not near as strong as steel. You're not going to be doing a lot of heavy-duty cutting with it. So I'll just sharpen a part of this blade for a second and show you. I guess we're at about 25-30 degrees angle. Let's see if we can see that. Now you can start seeing it starting to wear down there and make an edge on there. So let me work the other edge. And again, keep it approximately the same angle. And you can see that edge coming on there. You can see the yellow and the white differentiation. That's where our blade is. So we're going to get a nice sharp edge on there and be back with you. Alright. Well, we got this thing in pretty good shape now. A little bit of curve to it, but I've taken this edge, some of this grime out of here. I'm going to go a lot smoother in here. I've started to shape a little tang on here if I decide I want to put a handle on later. And we'll polish this up and see what we got. So let's go back to the grinder. You all wonder what this smells like. It smells a whole lot like I'm sitting in the dentist chair right now. Now again, I could do this whole thing on sandstone, but it's going to be a little quicker doing it this way, obviously. You can see that that face is starting to shine up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little more, and we've got the basic shape out now. We'll go back and sharpen it up after we're done. And then we'll finish working it on sandstone for a fine finish. You know, this is so fun doing this that everybody wanted to get involved. So the girls are working on sanding down some of theirs. Let's see what you got there, Ray.
I've been working on it, so it's kind of flattening.
Very good. What you got, Beck? Beck, what you got, baby?
Flat one.
Very good. Well, you keep sanding that out.
This is the top.
Alright, you keep sanding that out. And here's Tam down working on hers. What do you got there, Tam?
Oh, I'm just kind of goofing around trying to make an eagle head, and then this section here would be the blade.
Very cool. It's got its own little handle on it, it looks like.
Yeah, I smoothed off all the rough edges.
Very nice. Alright, here's a couple of knives we just put out real quick. And you can see this one has a tang. You could actually put a piece of wood around there or work it down a little bit more and get that to where an antler or something can fit in there and give you a nice little handle. That's a nice little blank there. This is the one that you saw us working on here. And again, they're pretty sharp. And then I just threw this thing together real quick. This is very, very... finish off right here a little bit more. You get these angles into here by going on the edge of your rock, you know, run your rock out, but there's a nice little arrowhead that can be used. So there's some bone tools that are usable in the bush. What I'm doing now, I thought we might put a little handle on our knife. I've got some sinew. This is from the calf that we tanned the other day, and I'm just breaking up these fibers and pulling them apart. And you can see they come out in nice long fibers, stringy. And what we'll do is we'll wet this, and then we will wrap it around our knife after we cord it a little bit and make some cordage out of it. And we'll see if we can't make a little handle for this knife. So let me get the cording this for a bit. You can see when I start to twine that, it makes some pretty nice cordage. And it's going to be very strong. Alright, so I'm just finishing up my cordage here, coming to the very last piece of it, and I'm going to take that. You can do this either dry or wet. I'm just going to do it dry, and I'm going to put a little loop right here, and this stuff is pretty strong, so it'll wrap nice and tightly around there for me. Go around my knife. And when I get to the end, I'll throw all those little tag ends there through my loop. Then I'll pull my loop back and right underneath. And this is very, very strong, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Then I can just go back and cut this off with the rock. So we'll cut that off and be right back with you. So there we go. Got a knife with a little grippy on there. That handle will give me some grip, and I can use that as a little skinner along with the other knives. We didn't have any ribs today. We probably would rather use ribs if it was possible, but because we didn't, we used what we had, and we came out with some pretty functional tools. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you've enjoyed our stone tools, primitive, almost naked into the bush. And this is David Wendell with BushcraftOnFire, hoping that you have a great day. Join us again for another video, and thanks for all of your support.